Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you on how I take care of my animals in the wintertime. First off, I want to show you my overalls that I wear for the winter. My sister gave these to me for Christmas, and I love them. They're really awesome for the winter, like even when it's not snowing or anything. It's really like they're thick and like comfy inside, and then they're really good for like farm work. Really, you could do anything with them. They're awesome. I also get some wind burns on my hands, and I also want to wear thick gloves. It's like I can't like do anything. It's hard to carry hay and everything, and then I have these other gloves and hay clings to it, so I don't want to wear those. I just want to share. Wind always just goes through my hands and it gets red and painful, and then whenever I put like lotion on it, it stains. So I always have to use like certain kind of lotions. So I want to share these gloves. I don't get wind burns with these anymore. These also, my sister gave me. They're so nice because hay doesn't cling to it. They're thick inside. They're like easy, like when I'm working, they're easy to use. They're not like, they're basically just like my regular hands, and they're nice. I always do is go get some hay for the goats. So cows and goats and all those types of animals need lots and lots and lots of hay, because hay keeps them warm, and they're not grazing. They need hay to keep themselves warm, especially on colder days. If it's extra cold out, I give them extra hay. And so some people give free choice hay in the winter, but if I do that to my goats, they'll bloat themselves. So I just give them like a big chunk where they have full tummies but not bloated. Okay, so I just grab a chunk of hay for them. If your goats don't have a lot of hay in the winter, then they'll get really skinny and go downhill fast. So you want them to have lots of hay, full tummies, and that will keep them extra warm. And if they don't have enough hay, they'll get really cold. They can survive without grain, but they cannot survive without hay. So what I have to do here with the caramel shed is every time it snows, I have to scoop all that up, because if I can't open the door and if it gets frozen shut, then that will just be blocked there and it won't open, so I have to shovel it while it's nice and fresh. After I get all the goats their hay, I'll get their buckets. Okay, so I have 2 water buckets, but if you have the same amount of goats I have, so I have 1 in that shed, 1 in there, and so I have 2 different buckets, 2 different sheds. If you have 4 though, it would be a lot easier, because you could just, we have to get water from inside because the hose is frozen. So if you get it from inside, it would be a lot easier if you just bring it out when you come to let them out. But so that would be a lot easier. Plus, I have to fill up the ducks and chickens' water, and I have to go do that. So ducks don't need a pond. Like, they're a lot happier than one, but like they can survive without one. So I do definitely recommend them having one, but they can't survive without. But what they do need is to be able to rinse out their whole beak, and they need to be able to put their whole beak into water. So like they don't have to have a pond, but they do have to be able to rinse out their beak. So I'm going to fill this bowl up with some water. Oh, that's like dirty. Alright, so we want some clean water into this bowl. That way they can put their entire beak in there and be able to clean that. And then the other bucket, this was their pond. Not anymore, but I'm just gonna pour it in here because usually I would pour it there, but. And then I'll usually do I would usually put 3 buckets in there, but you know, they can survive without one, but yeah. So this is what I keep this in. And then I shut that, and then I put this on top of it just because if my goat ever escapes, usually she doesn't, but if she does, then she will get into that. And this is their grain. I just give them corn because it cuts down their feed cost a little bit, and it's actually healthy for the winter too. I do put them separate so they can choose which one they want to eat. And now let's let them out. Okay, every morning they run right over there looking for water. Because that's where the pond usually is. But now I have to fill these up for the goats. For the goat's water, I put in these bottles. What's in it is just salt and a little water, just a little bit of water, mainly salt, and this will prevent your goat's water from freezing. It doesn't make it not freeze, but it prevents it so it doesn't freeze as fast. The funny thing is when it's really cold out, the bucket will be completely frozen, and then when I get thawed out, when I break the ice, this is still liquidy. But you do not want to add salt water to their bucket straight. Salt is fine for goats, but you know, it's not good to have too much, and plus there's already salt and minerals, I believe. Depends what kind you have. So your goats are going to need a lot of minerals in the winter because when they're not foraging, eating leaves and weeds and just stuff around their fence, when they don't have that, then they need minerals, and they'll need extra minerals. Well, they'll have I give my goats free choice minerals all the time. Every goat should have that, because wild goats forage and go place to place. They're getting different stuff, so they're getting all the minerals they need. Home goats are just getting stuff in their fence, or if you let them out, then they're just getting stuff on your property. Even if you have a big property, they might still not get all the minerals they need, especially if you're in a mineral deficiency area, or if your water has other minerals and sorts like that. So goats always need loose minerals, but the summertime, they won't eat as much, and then people are like, oh, don't give it to them because they don't eat it. But that's because they don't eat it. Good thing. But in the winter, they will eat a lot more. So I'm constantly filling up their minerals all the time. They're constantly eating it. And so you're going to want to find a mineral that has higher in copper and higher in zinc. The more highness in copper, the more it is, that's the one you want to get. So say you have a few different choices, and one is high in copper and low in zinc is better than high in zinc than low in copper. But zinc and copper are the two main important ones, but especially copper, because goats will often get deficiency from those two most common, but copper is the first, so you want to make sure it has very much in copper. This is the minerals I use. It's not the best choice because, let's see, let me show you. Okay, see, copper is right here. So that's how much copper is in it. You can see the middle ingredient. You want it to be a higher ingredient with a higher percentage here. So, basically what I'm saying here is you want the copper to be as high level as possible, because that is the most important mineral. But of course all the other minerals are important, and if you can't get it, then just get the best one you can, and this is the best I have. They do sell some on Amazon, which I'll have to try and get some later, but for the farm stores around me, it's the best I can do. But you know, for the summer, I'm always like, I barely buy it, you know? It's like, I probably get 2 of those bags the entire spring, summer. 2 bags is probably about, and that would be for 4 goats. So, barely, but in the winter, it's a bit more. Another reason why minerals are really important in the winter, well, obviously all goats should have it, but a lot of your goats are probably going to be pregnant in the winter because they go in heat at fall, most breeds. So most breeds will go in heat in the fall time. So if you have a goat pregnant in the winter, she could have a miscarriage if she doesn't have minerals. She can get mineral deficiency and then miscarry. Last year, actually, my white goat didn't have the right type of minerals, and because we got like a cheaper brand, and that didn't have the right minerals in it, so she had a miscarriage, and I think it was about 2 months ahead, and it didn't have any hair or anything. It was, yeah. Also want lots of straw for your goat's bedding, because straw is just comfier than other beddings, in my opinion. So if you see my video, you might saw my video that I did back a few months ago on cleaning out all the goats and chicken houses. And I used wood chips, but that was in the summertime, and so so this will keep them more warm in the winter. So I used some straw. Fill that up in nesting boxes. The chickens are so annoying because they like to sleep here. Meanwhile, they have a brooder right here, and they know it's there, and they just decide, hey, I want to sleep in the boxes instead. Really, Carmo will sleep in here, so there's one there for her. There's some cozy right here. If your goat tries to eat the straw, that's not a big deal. It won't kill them. Obviously, you shouldn't give straw as hay, but if they nibble on it, it's okay. And don't just, like, if your goat is constantly eating it, don't just stick, like, a ton in there. You know, just a little bit, if they're doing that. So if Carmel's smart, she won't overdo it. The other 2 goats, though, I just put a little bit just in the corner of their house, because they'll eat till they blow it themselves, I swear. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you, and subscribe for more videos. If you have any video requests, go ahead and write it in the comments.